Let's talk about how you unleash your creative genius. 7 game-changing things for entrepreneurs. Hey everybody, Randy Gage here. I want to welcome you to another episode of Prosperity TV. As you see, I'm coming to you back home from my place in Southern California. And this is the time when Mad Genius, my new book, is just coming out. It's either in pre-order right now or it's actually in the stores. So I wanted to share some thoughts from the book. 7 game-changing, eye-opening tips that I think are really critical to anybody who's an entrepreneur right now. If you're in business, no matter what the business is, you could be in medical supplies, you could be in logistics, you could be in retail, you could be in network marketing, you could be in space exploration. I think these 7 things are really relevant to all the entrepreneurs, and they're really kind of the things that I really zeroed in on in the new book, which, by the way, is I'm so excited. I actually have this is the first printed copy that I got from my publisher, and I'm more excited about this book than any book I've ever done. I think each book needs to build on your work of your previous work, and I think I really did that with this book. And the whole point of this is to get you to think differently, to get you to think about possibilities as opposed to problem solving, because this is where great wealth is really created. Because problem solving by its very nature is reactive, it's backwards, it's dealing with the past. So if we're just solving problems, that isn't the level of thinking that's going to create innovation and breakthroughs and unleash your genius. So 7 things I want to talk about. Number 1 is always question the premise. The reason why we have Uber and Amazon.com and Airbnb and all of these other disruptive new businesses is because somebody questioned the premise. Because every industry has these conventional beliefs which are based on premises that might have been true at one time or might not, but probably aren't still true today, 20 years later, 40 years later, 60 years later, and nobody went back and questioned them. Number 2, you can't do business with small-minded people. There is not a force in the universe which can stand against a petty thinking bureaucrat who wants to kill a deal. If you get in a situation like that, just cut your losses and move on, get yourself in a different scenario. Number 3, encourage your people to fail. And if you're a solopreneur, you gotta be open to failing yourself. Because remember, the only way you truly unleash the creative genius of your team is they gotta know that they're not gonna hit a home run every time. It's like a venture capitalist. They invest in 100 companies, knowing that 95 of them or 96 of them probably won't pan out. But they're hoping for that 3 or 4 unicorns in there that are going to make everything worthwhile. 95% of the books that are published lose money, but the ones that make it, the Harry Potters and hopefully the Mad Genius and the other books, they're so successful they pay for the 95-96% that don't do that. So you've got to be willing to fail. You've got to let your people, if you have a team or a business or an organization, you got to let them know that you're okay with them failing. Number 4, mobile changes everything. Mobile is going to change the way we buy, the way we sell, the way we communicate, the way we take pictures, the way we interact, the way we go to the doctor, the way we diagnose disease, the way we handle logistics and transportation and space exploration and retailing and genomic sequences and everything else. Everything changes because we're coming to the point where 5 billion smartphones are going to be in the world. And then we're going to be at the point where we actually have more smartphones in the world than we even have people. And each one of these smartphones is a high-powered portable computer that people are linked to, tethered to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And if you haven't asked the question, how does my business operate in a smartphone? How are smartphones going to change my business? You better get thinking right now. Number 5. You gotta get serious about social media. You gotta stop thinking, okay, here's my Facebook page that I can broadcast at people, or wow, I've got 80,000 followers on Twitter that I can send pitches to every 4 hours. You have to use social media for the extraordinary opportunity that it offers you to connect with, to interact with, and listen to your customers and your prospects. And when you get serious about that and really understand the power of that, your business is going to just go crazy. Number 6, it's your job to know what your customers want before they do. This is what the issue that Steve Jobs spoke to when they asked him, when the iPad came out and he did the big, presentation on that, and they said, well, did you do many focus groups for that? And he said, no, it's not our customer's job to know what they want. It's the entrepreneur's job. It's your job. That's what I wrote the book for. I want you to tap into that creative genius, to get out of that problem-solving mindset, and not even just into the, we always talk about solve problems, add value, but going the next level, which is creating possibilities, which takes us to number 7, see the intangible. Every great innovation or breakthrough is created twice. First, in the mind of the visionary, the entrepreneur, the artist, and then secondly, on the physical plane. So those are my idea from Mad Genius, 7 game changers that I think if you really do some critical thinking on these, get the book, read the book, think about those 7 things and how they apply to you no matter what your business is, and I promise you, you're going to have the best year you've ever had. So go out and have an amazing week. Peace. Love you guys. And live rich. Hey, next week I want to come back with another show and get a little deeper into this possibility thinking. So see you next Monday.